This is episode 11 of We Don't Give a F podcast. I'm Jaclyn Passaro.
I'm Stephanie Tejada, and today we have a very special guest in the house. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. They forgot my name already. I'm Jeff Leach. Comedian, actor, and podcaster. How's it going?
And podcaster. We
Sure,
love
yeah.
it.
We love
Welcome,
it.
Jeff. We're so happy to have you.
Thanks for having me.
We're
It's a pleasure to
excited.
be here. Yeah. Thanks for having me on. It's nice to be here. I wore my best school uniform for the first day of
love
school
it.
today.
He laid this out last night.
I didn't realise there was going to be so much thigh for you, ladies and gentlemen, so I apologise.
So, Jeff, our first segment and our viewers is called Fan or Troll, where we get messages from followers, fans, whatever, and we decide if they're fans or if they're trolls.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
All right.
this question says, do you have pretty feet? Definitely a fan, but also a troll. We get
It
a lot of
depends.
this.
It might be a troll or it could be a murderer. They might be wondering if you've got pretty feet because they're going to come to your house and cut them off and store them in a jar with formaldehyde. You have to consider that as an option at least.
I agree.
But I would say you're more likely that's a fan, right?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a fan, but I never thought of the murder thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
How
Interesting
pretty are your
take.
feet? Are they
Like if-
tasty
like
looking?
if-
Maybe they like save them in like a jar, like he's saying.
Like turn
just-
them into candles.
What do you
or,
think
like, dip
they
them
would
into
taste like
things.
served up with a
You know
side
that-
of fava beans? You know what I mean?
that
Like, it could be...
You know that they make feet candles.
Yeah, we're gonna start selling
Isn't that
feet
gross?
candles.
Great. Well, and you haven't answered the question. Have you got nice feet? What's your feet
I
like?
have very cute feet. I got a perfect size 5, little cute thick toes.
Okay,
I
little
hate
cute thick toes.
Little cute
can you,
thick
wait, can you
toes.
is thick and juicy an option for toes as well? I didn't even know you could have thick toes.
I think you can have thick, chunky, because some people's toes are like bony and like curved.
Are we talking THICC thick toes?
Like thick, like a girl who's thick. I got thick, juicy little toes.
So if I smack your toes, there's like a little after wobble on them.
it might be a little like jiggle. Do you have
Okay.
pretty feet, Jeff?
Do you pedicure them joints
Yes,
as well?
of
Okay,
course.
cool. You pedicure?
I do, yes.
Okay, cool. And yours are out. Give
They
the
are.
viewers
I'm
what they
hiding
want.
them.
That's right.
They're seeing
I'm
them. They're
hiding
s-
them.
Russian pedicure, baby. The
you-
finest pedicure.
Listen, viewers, if you go through this video and pause at the right moments, you're going to catch a glimpse of the side. I can see a bit of heel from
It's
here.
strategic.
There you go.
She knows what she's doing.
And my feet are pretty all right. I do put them through the ringer.
How so?
I wear boots sometimes. I work out, and I like working out barefoot outside. I do all sorts of stuff like
Oh
that.
my God, you work out barefoot?
Yeah, and then I'd come inside and wash my feet. Yeah.
You know, people believe that that's grounding, and
It's incredible, and
it
it's
helps
way
you.
better for engaging
and it
your
even
core
like
away
helps your
from
blood
your...
cells to like separate or something, your white blood cells.
Pretty
or
much
something like
all
that.
of your strength originates in your feet. If you have good foot stability, then
Yeah.
you will... Yeah, so you were
should-
laughing at me a
you
second ago,
should
but
ground.
now...
I thought Gwyneth Paltrow made that up.
When I'll come back in 20 years' time when you're a little bit older and your knees no longer work and your hips are all fucked up.
And our knees
I'll
gonna
be
be good
like,
'cause we be
look how
grounding."
good I am because I've been grounding my feet when I work out, when I lift. Yeah. Yeah. But yes, I do look after them. I get them pedicured every now and then.
Okay.
And then...
Are you like a clear guy or just like regular like polish, like just buff and stuff? Because some guys get polished.
nah, there's no polish.
No
on me.
clear polish. Okay, so he's
But-
straight.
And I use the old cheese grater thingy bad boy, you know, little pumice and pedicure
That
thingy in the
pumice
shower.
thing?
I get rid of the dry skin. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, so my feet are right.
All right. Jeff got good feet. Y'all subscribe.
So send me some of
Follow
those
him.
messages.
So we're moving on to our next segment. Extra, let's talk about it. So BHAD baby is a mother now.
So she's a bad mother.
She's a bad mother.
I can't believe that she's a mother.
I feel like she's still so young. Like
she's
how
like
old is she?
21, I think.
Yeah, but she's been like heavily sexualized and matured before years from like childhood.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that
that's
Dr.
why
Phil
you're
clip
like,
that she's known from is like 10 years old.
old.
I know.
It's very old, yeah.
Yeah. And then she did the old OF, didn't she? She made a lot of money on OF.
She better have
$50
saved that money for that baby.
But she was on there a second after she turned 18, and so were her
Yeah.
fans. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I haven't heard anything from her
That's
for the last
so
few
creepy.
years. So
Isn't that weird?
That's
that, like,
very creepy.
That
They were
they
like
were
waiting
waiting
for
for
the
it to be
day, like
legal.
literally a countdown for this young girl to turn 18 so they could go creep on
it's
her.
like
That
every
is
one
so
of those
creepy.
fans was just like peeking through the window to see if Chris Hansen was still inside the house, and they're like, "Wait, he's leaving, we're in, boys, let's go!" Absolute freaks, yeah.
I missed that show. I used to watch it with my dad.
Yeah,
we used
me
to
too.
laugh.
We used to laugh.
It was so funny. He caught some of them multiple times.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice.
Chris Hansen.
I mean, Chris Hansen took down a lot of pedophiles, didn't he?
He did. He was like
did.
a super. He was like a vigilante for pedos. So our next segment is called Petty Petty Please, and this is where we scrounge the internet for petty news, gossip, articles, whatever, social media posts. Sometimes people send us stuff.
Sure.
This week's Petty Petty Please. Apparently, some girl bought a bunch of cameos for her father's birthday. And holiday gifts of celebrities reminding him of the $1,000 bet that they had.
Beautiful. I mean, she hasn't really thought that one through because it costs quite a bit of money.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, well, how many cameos did you get?
Yeah, exactly. You're going to spend another $1,000.
It's going to add up.
Yeah.
So apparently she won it and he never paid it. And the bet was about the fact that he didn't think she'd know what collective bargain agreement meant.
Right.
Due to her disinterest in sports, but ended up getting the definition correct. And he hasn't paid up. Girl, look. You ain't gonna get that money. That's your dad.
You
know what I
are
mean?
going to get that money. When he dies, he's going to leave it all to you in the will anyway. So just be nice to him. Stop messing around with him. Do you know what I mean? And maybe he'll actually leave you some money when he's gone.
You know, Jeff's got a point. You will get that money when he croaks.
Exactly. So you just play the long game. You're going to be fine. But that is petty.
Isn't that
It's
I like
really
that.
petty, but it's also funny at the same time because he probably got a big kick out of like these celebrities.
I want to know which celebrity she hired.
what I
That's
was
more
gonna
interesting to me.
say.
Like, is it Gary Busey? Just be like, pay her the money.
Like,
Or, you know
who
what I
is
mean? Like,
it?
yeah, someone really
Imagine.
intimidating. Like, that would be great.
Yeah. Who do you think would be a fun celebrity to?
I mean, Gary Busey. I just
think
said
him.
it because he's a lunatic. That I'd pay Gary Busey whatever money he asked for.
I think Robert De Niro would be good.
De Niro,
or,
yeah.
What's his face? Jack, the one that's a perv and likes to look at the Lakers.
The one that's
He likes,
perv and
he
likes
likes
to
to
look at
sit
the
in the front row and oogle over the Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson is a
Jack
perv and
Nicholson.
likes to look at the
Totally is always
Lakers.
at the Lakers game oogling over the Lakers girls. It's like, dude, you're like 80. Chill.
Oh, God.
What? Well, what's the cutoff to be able
He
to
needs
find
like
people
5
attractive?
pills to bang all of it. Like he needs like
And
5
I bet
pills.
he's got 5 pill money.
I'm
He's
sure
Jack
he has
fucking
5 pill
Nicholson.
money.
Yo, he's got a brand new penis he
definitely
had put
got
in his
that-
body 20 years ago.
That grade A Viagra. Like,
I mean, I say like I feel like people should be able to flirt and have fun until I've got a 90-year-old female friend who still flirts with me occasionally.
really?
Yeah, and it's great. Good for
How
her.
did you become friends with a 90-year-old woman, Jeff?
At the comedy club in New York, the Comedy Cellar, basically. That's the club that brought me out. And she used to go down there and watch the comedians and sometimes dance. There used to be a band afterwards in one of the venues. And I just got to know her. She knew everyone in there. She's very cool. Mama Rose. So
Wow.
I take her out for dinner every time I go back to New York. She's a
Look at
wonderful
that.
human being.
How
Yeah.
fun.
That's
She was a little
sweet.
flirt though. She tells me, she always compliments me and says I look nice. And if I were a bit younger, you know what I mean?
Jeff Leach is our special guest today. So we're going to introduce the segment. It's called We Do Give a Fuck with Jeff Leach because sometimes we care. And today we care about our special guest,
Oh, thanks.
Jeff Leach.
What's the next segment?
So we're just picking your brain.
Oh, okay,
This
cool.
is
I can't wait.
This is all about Jeff Leach now.
Yeah, okay, great. Let's do it.
Yeah, all about you.
What do you want to know?
So I want to know what inspires the voices that you come up with.
Oh, that's a good question. That is a great question about voice acting work. I try and pull a little part of my own character into each of the characters I create. So, for instance, if they're nearer to my voice, it's easier, obviously, to do that. But for instance, I'll take like a particular emotion I think that character represents and then find that emotive part of my voice. So like Ghost in Call of Duty, fucking 150 million players worldwide during pandemic, Warzone 1. It was a huge character for me.
Can you give us a little?
I will,
ghost?
yeah. So this is my normal voice, and this is how I sound most of the time. But if I'm angry, I get like that. I get like more gravelly, right? It's more gravelly in my voice when I'm angry, when I'm determined, when I'm trying to get the fuck out of the building. It's like that, right? So Ghost is basically my voice, but it's the angry part of my voice as my natural default. So I talk a little bit lower register. I've got a bit more gravel. You can hear the break-in that comes in through it. Because he's, that's what he does for a living. He's a killer.
That's
He's
amazing.
a
It is.
military leader. He's
It
a commanding
is.
officer. He's a spec ops guy.
My little
so-
brother loves Call of Duty. He's gonna
Oh
lose
yeah,
his
he'll
shit.
get a little boner. He's gonna get a little nerd boner.
Oh God!
And then
don't
he's gonna
talk
go and
about
watch
that.
some anime. But yeah, so I try and find a part of myself or that relates to that emotion, and then also inhabiting the character as best you can. I like to be very physical in the voiceover booth, so I move an awful lot, I gesture a lot, I act as the character. I don't stand there or sit down and go blah, 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 blah. You know, I get into the performance.
Very cool. What's your favorite voice that you've done?
Jack the Ripper in Rack of the Ring, for sure. That was, yeah, that was my favorite one. And then I also got to do I got to do a bunch of different characters, which used all my accents. I had a Bostonian character and a New York character and Californian character and even a Scottish one. You would have loved it. And that was for a children's show called Jam in a Van, which is on YouTube Kids. So you can watch that on YouTube.
Cute.
And that was nice because I just got to play loads of fun characters.
So is it like a more like childish voice, or is it still like?
No, I mean the characters were adults, but it was for kids, so it was nice to play something.
Hey, kids!
Yeah, exactly. It's fun to play something completely different to what I normally do, which is Jack the Ripper and military leader, you know, like ghosts and stuff. You know, I play a lot of badasses, but it's fun to play like an octopus who's helping you on your journey. That's fun.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Do you like have more fun playing a more like Jack the Ripper is obviously a villain? Do you have more fun playing a villain or like
villains
happy
are always
character?
more fun to play than heroes. Heroes are generally they can have very interesting stories, but they're generally a little more two-dimensional, I think, in terms of their characters. You know, I'm heroic and something bad happened and now I have to step up for the people, generally. Whereas villains, there's a million different reasons why someone can go off the wall or go off the reservation and start like murdering people.
People actually, there's been psychological studies that people actually relate more to villains than to heroes.
Really?
That's because I think most people in the world are villains. If the drive that I just had here is any indication, half of the people I encounter on the roads are fucking villains.
I agree with that.
Yeah, nightmare.
Who's your favorite villain?
Of all time?
Yeah.
From any popular media whatsoever throughout the dawn of
Or
history?
one that you like?
Just one that you
Well,
like.
yeah, I will be one I like, but I was just making sure it was from anything.
It could be anything.
Holy moly. That's a great question. I wish I'd seen that in advance. I would have really thought about it.
I like
long
the
and hard.
Joker.
Yeah, Joker's
I definitely
he's fun,
get him.
but that's not my favorite for sure.
I also like Harley Quinn. I like her too.
I mean, if you want to go like more like Marvel and stuff like that, I like the concept of Thanos because I thought there was a theology behind and a sort of like almost like there was a genuine morality. He believed it to be a morality and an ethical understanding for why he wanted to eradicate half of the
Because he
universe.
wanted to read a book and watch the sunset.
No, he was going because it wasn't that. It had nothing to do with that. You know, this guy was just like, there's too many people and we're destroying the universe and people don't value each other enough and we need to reset. Like, to some extent, he's right.
So, the people who give like the zombie voices.
Yes.
What's that like? Like, do you ever like work with those, or have you worked
in like The Walking Dead and things like that?
Yeah,
or
have you like
games
in the
with
video
zombies?
games? Have you like been in the room where they're doing their like? How does that
I've
work?
done some monster sounds.
Really? Can you give us one of your
Wow.
best monster sounds?
Oh, can I give you one of my best monster sounds? Goodness gracious me. Yeah, they generally don't really have lines. They generally just make guttural sounds, which would be a bit weird. You can just cut that out and put that over.
We'll do it with you. You do one and then we'll try to copy it.
Well, why don't you show me what your zombie would sound like? Give me a nice zombie. That wasn't half bad.
that wasn't bad, right?
You gave it some range. You was attempting to speak. There was some gurgles in there. What about yours?
I'm going to murder you.
Oh wow, yours is a sentient zombie. This one is this is the voice that's in your head, I think, 24 hours a day.
She talks to my dog like that. She goes, "Hi, Chewy."
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, mine, what would be a good... What about like a sort of an evil, sort of demonic vampire character?
Oh, okay.
Like a sort of, you make him slow and low. I say to you, wanderer, I shall spill your guts and pour your blood from your body. There you go.
That's
a nice little creature,
That
right?
is amazing.
Thanks, I appreciate you.
That was good.
Thanks, I appreciate you. I'm
Wow.
half
That's a
erect
lot
right
of,
now, I've got to be
like,
honest with you. That's...
On your voice. That's a
Doesn't
lot
that
of
burn?
draining.
How
No,
many
it
times
doesn't
have
burn.
you
It
lost your
arouses me. I
voice?
just pointed out. It gave me half a boner.
How many times have you lost your voice?
Over my entire life.
Like doing this? Like has there ever like
You know what? I did Total War Warhammer. I've done Total War Warhammer 1 and 3. And in 1, I played all of the goblins, the orcs.
Oh god.
So they basically, it's a Cockney accent, right? So it's really like that, you know, but they want you to get as low as possible. You know, like these humies, these goddamn humies, come on, greenskins. If you do that for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then also you have to do war calls and battle cries, like literally just, rah, you know, for hours. Yeah, that fucking.
You sound like a monster from this game that I play called Hearthstone.
Oh, Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Hearthstone. Yeah, you mean the card game? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's called Hearthstone.
Hearthstone. Hearth?
Hearthstone.
Is it, am I saying, is it
It's
hearth?
got an E in it, you're correct, but it's Hearthstone. Yeah,
Hearthstone.
it's like you sit by the hearth. It's the stone within the hearth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm playing that game for you saying it wrong.
My friend is a professional at that. He made all his money originally doing that, and he's developing a brand new video game right now called The Bazaar.
Shut
That is
up.
going to
Oh
be.
my God.
It's going to be a much more advanced and much more multifaceted version of a game like that, a card game.
I love
and,
it.
I voiced like 4 or 5 characters in that. Yeah.
And Hearthstone?
Yeah. Not in Hearthstone. No.
I was like, hold on. About to fangirl.
No, but yes, I get you. Yeah, it's a great game.
I
It's a
love
great
that
game. It's
game.
good.
So, do you ever feel like you have multiple personalities with all these fucking voices popping out?
No, I'm not a sociopath, nor do I have multiple personality disorder or BPD or any of those things. But I will say that I think everyone within themselves, if you really look at who the fuck you are a multitude of different personality
You
types.
really
when you're
are.
with
It's
different people, you bring
totally
out different
true.
parts of yourself.
Yes.
Family, friends,
Yep,
work colleagues.
yep.
Someone who's just cut you up in traffic versus someone who's just bought you a birthday cake. You're going to be different.
Yes,
Bring out different
true.
parts of yourself. And also, when you can become most authentically your actual self, which I feel like therapy every week and psilocybin has helped me do now, you then can play as an actor. You can just have fun. It's fun to play something that is completely different from me. I love pulling voices that aren't representative of who I am as a person.
Really?
Which is why
what's
it's so fun to play villains, because I actually have I'm trying to lose it, but I have a bit of a hero complex, really. I want to save everyone. Yeah.
Really? You have a hero complex.
I think a
You're
lot
a
of-
Captain Save-A-Ho,
A
really?
lot of no, not save a hoe. What I mean is like, I think traumatized children or people with a traumatized childhood who have navigated that and worked through it. And nothing, I don't want to oversell my experience. I wasn't sexually assaulted by my family or anything horrendous like that, thankfully, and I'm sorry for anyone that's happened to. But I think there's like, kids who normally couldn't help themselves at points in their life grow into adults who want to save other people. It's a natural thing, or they go the other way,
the
and
opposite way, and
which
become
hopefully
villains and
that's
crazy.
many, like much more few people go that way, and
Right.
also hopefully those people get help or get
So do you
arrested.
have a thing for saving animals? Like, I have a thing for saving animals.
I have a thing for saving animals.
Oh yeah, I do. I share a lot of dog rescue stuff because I have a dog, so I spend a large portion of my day reposting videos of dogs who need adopting,
I do
who are
that
on the
too.
euthanasia list. Yeah.
What kind of dog do you have?
I've she's a 50% bully, 35% pit, 15% Rottweiler.
Oh, wow.
She came
She's
from-
a little
I
monster.
love
pit
How
bulls.
cute.
No, she's incredibly well behaved. She's so bright. She's so intelligent. I mean, all 3 of those breeds are great breeds
Yeah.
and good dogs. They just have to be trained properly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, people can't mistreat them or train them to be
Yeah,
violent.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I got it. I got it from I Stand With My Pack. Shout out, I Stand With My Pack, who are great pit bull rescue
All right.
in California. And yeah.
So speaking of dog, you were also in a movie called The Dog Wedding, and you voiced a dog named Prince.
I voiced a dog, named
How
Prince.
the fuck do you come up with a voice for a dog?
Oh, I mean, the casting directors always give you a bit of a lean to what they want. They want, we want this, it's a British bulldog, so they wanted a British accent. It was a Canadian movie, and they were like, we want a British accent, we want him to be, kind of not too old, but kind of light, and, rather than an old British bulldog like that, they wanted like a younger version of that, but still with the jowls, So that's how I came up with it, yeah.
I give my dog voices.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
What does your
Chewy.
dog sound like?
Chewy sounds just like he's just cool. Like, hey, what's up, man? Yeah,
Oh,
I want
yeah?
some dog treats. Yeah, I'm
Sounds
ready
like
to
a
go on a walk.
smooth
Yeah,
pimp.
like he might have like a radio show at night or something.
He's got a whole plethora of bitches in the
Do
local
you give your
neighborhood.
cats voices?
I
And
do
you can
give
say
them
that because I'm
voices.
saying dogs.
They're like high, like happy, hot. Like,
What are your dogs called?
I don't have. I have
She's a
cats.
cat.
Cat. Of course you've got cats.
I love cats.
You become
baby.
more of an anime fucking identikit fan with every single thing we learn about you.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Cats are great. They have their own little
I didn't say they weren't. I love cats. I think cats are wonderful creatures. Yeah, I like cats and I like all creatures. They're wonderful.
Jaclyn, can you tell us what your cat sounds like to you?
Sure.
Like my cat Sammy, he's like, "Hi everyone, I'm Sammy and I'm cute. I get whatever I want."
Sounds like a
That sounds like
pervert,
Sammy.
Not gonna lie. And what's the other ones? Have you got just one? Just one?
I have 3.
What do the other 2 sound like?
I don't really have voices for them. I only voice Sammy. He's
Only
like my
Sammy
favorite.
has been
Sammy's the
given
favorite.
an
He's
identity.
my favorite.
Okay.
I feel like Cleo would sound a little pretentious almost.
Yes, she does
She's
look a
a
little
queen.
bit bitchy. Yeah.
Okay. She's got resting bitch face, that cat.
She does, and like high cheekbones, and she's very like shiny black coat.
Ooh.
She looks like an Egyptian goddess.
Nice. And yet she sounds like a northern Jew. That was the voice you were doing, by the way. There you go, but you've got it for her. And what's the last one?
She's this little bitchy cat that I don't really. She doesn't like me. She likes my sister.
What's she called?
I call her boring. That's
Do you
her
live
name.
at home with your sister? Do you live
I
with your
do live-
parents?
No, I live with my sister.
Live
but
with
we
your
don't live with
sister.
our parents. No.
And that one spends more time with your sis.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. But you barely even take ownership of her.
Correct. She
Okay.
does not like me.
Okay, fair enough.
She
Fair
just
enough.
puts food in the bowl.
I love it.
So, how does your voiceover work? Like voiceovers translate into your stand-up?
Oh, I mean, I do a lot of act outs on stage. I like creating characters.
I love act outs
Me
on
too.
stage.
You love an act out? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
I get so bored when people don't have act outs.
Act outs make you stand
You're
up.
doing an
bored.
act out now in your real life. You're an act out girl.
I love doing act outs on stage, and I love watching
Are
them.
you trying to do an English accent right now? Is that what that
I
is?
wish I could do an English accent.
You have to stop and practice and then come back to this when you have nailed it. Because right now, you just sound a little bit like an Adam Sandler character from his movies, which I am saying that you sound like you are a little slow of mind. You don't sound English. You sound, oh my
Jeff came in here with all
God,
the
I am a nice actor. What is that? Crazy.
It's because I have to think about like the like you have
You're
to
struggling,
think about
yeah,
what-
because those brain
'cause
cells
it's
are
not-
rattling around as
because
you do
it's-
this character.
Because it's
you're
not my
playing.
real voice.
They listen. Have you ever watched Tropic Thunder?
We
Tropic
just
Thunder, ever
talked
seen that
about
We
movie?
just talked
That's
about
so
it, but
funny.
I
Remember the
haven't
line?
seen it in a long time.
Never go full. So, and you're doing it right now, and you're going to get cancelled for it. I can see the
never
comments
go full.
already.
Sorry.
How dare you? Can't use that word. But
We don't give a fuck. That's the name of
what?
the podcast.
Shut up! Really? There it is. It's behind my giant 5 head.
What's harder, stand up or voiceover work?
Yo, good question. Stand up is definitely harder, unless you have no actual aptitude for voiceover, like this young lady. But if you can do voices, you can do in voiceover. You can do the line 1,000 times. It's the same difference between like stage and screen for acting. You know, if you're on stage, you got one shot at it. If you
Yeah.
fuck it up,
Yeah.
you better either be able to think fast on your feet, or have something in the bag, or just get it right perfectly every time. Whereas, you know, you can run it 12 times to some extent on set. And in the voiceover booth, if you fuck it up, like, or even if it's not even if you fuck it up, they might just go, we want something different, or this is like, depends on the project. You know, they go, actually, can you give us a version that's more like this? Because that might play better off what they did, the other actor did. You're very rarely in the room together. But stand up, yeah, I think most people come up to me after shows and go, oh man, I really love what you do, you know, blah, and I'm like, it's whatever, it's just attention seeking. They're like, no, it's like, I can't think of anything more scary to do. I can't think of anything that I would
Yeah,
find
they
more
say that a
intimidating.
lot.
Now, I don't feel that way because, you know, I'm a glutton for punishment and I love telling stories. I'm a storyteller, that's my skill. But I get it. For a lot of other people, I think it is hard and less
Yeah.
people should be doing it. And
I
more people
agree.
should give up because they're not good at it.
I think so
And we
too.
have diluted stand up to a place where just there's a lot of trash passing itself off of stand up.
He said it, not us.
I went and saw a show in Vegas recently. I won't say which one because I don't want to, shit talk at night.
Tell us.
But everyone who I watched, I went after my show at the Comedy Cellar in the Rio, right? We playing out to sold audiences, fucking stellar lineup. Everyone's got big TV credits except me, really. And then we're like, oh, I got a couple, whatever. And then I'm watching this other show and everyone is an open micer. Everyone's like just doing it. They've been doing it for a while. I learned because I watched these comedians. I was there with my friend having a couple of drinks and then they started. I was like, oh my God, there's a show. Should we watch it? And they're like, yeah. And they were trash. It was some of the worst, like genuinely some of the worst stand-up comedy I've ever watched in my entire life. However, before people start going, fuck this guy, everyone, here's what I realized as I was watching it. One, I was really enjoying watching someone do something they're passionate about. Even if they're shit at it, who cares? Even if you're not going to have any success, really you should be letting that stage time go to someone else. Whatever. If it makes you happy, you absolutely should be doing it. It doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Like, so I started to really enjoy the show because I was enjoying watching people have fun and enjoy themselves, not because anything was funny, because none of it was.
You know, that's something that I learned when I took a writing class with Pretty Funny Women. She said that if you just have fun on stage, people like to look at people having fun. So don't overthink it and just have fun.
Yeah, and also be funny. If you want to go into it professionally, if you want to build a career out of it, you should definitely be good.
Yeah.
And if people aren't laughing after a period of time, if you're going out and doing spots throughout the week and after a year, people aren't really laughing that much, or you get chuckles or polite laughs, give up because you're probably shit.
Or listen to your stuff and try and figure out why they're not laughing.
No, just give up your dream.
No, fuck it.
No, give up your dream of wanting to be a famous comedian because you're not good at it. But keep doing it if it makes you happy just to get up and do the thing. Does that make sense?
Yes,
it makes
but
sense.
don't think this is gonna.
But don't lie to yourself and don't lie to other people like, hey, you guys aren't laughing because you're a shit crowd. No, bro, you can't do comedy.
I hate those people who blame the crowds. I really,
Every
I don't.
comic's done it.
crowd.
Even every professional comic at some point in their life has blamed the crowd,
For
whether it's,
sure.
and they still do, even when they're like, I'm talking the people you consider I've seen Chappelle in New York go like, this crowd's lazy or whatever. And I'm sitting there as a professional comedian going, well, I also know you're trying new shit tonight, Dave. Like, you've come in every night this week. And also tonight, out of all the nights, you had a couple of extra vodkas and you were a bit annoyed about something from the previous show. So I know in my head, I'm going, as a comedian, I'm going, even god of comedy, decades-long legend of the industry who kills it and does amazing work. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a fucking goat. Can have a shit night because you're not actually playing to the audience right. You're like toing yourself,
You're
or
trying
you're a bit too drunk, or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
it is. You know, and even comics that level sometimes go, wow, audience is shit. Rather than going, maybe
bombing is part of the process. It's how you grow. It's how you
Well,
learn.
I've never seen Chappelle bomb, but I'm saying like, we even have moments where we blame the audience.
Yeah.
Even at a professional level. Whereas if the better you get and the more honest you get with yourself as a comedian, the more you realize everyone in this room came out to A, laugh, and to B, have a good fucking time. Like they spend $20 or $25 to get in this room normally. Even if it's a free show, they came here because they wanted to watch comedy.
Right.
So make them laugh,
comedy.
be funny, be like good, be grateful. Don't shit on them. You know?
So are you saying that you were on the same show as Dave Chappelle, or you just caught it?
I performed on the same show as Dave Chappelle a bunch of times, but I want to make that very clear. Dave Chappelle never selected me for one of his shows.
I know.
I perform at a comedy venue called the Comedy Cellar in New York City, where there's like 8 comedians on each lineup, and we do like 15 minutes each.
And then he
Chappelle pops
end.
in, or he's like, he's there a lot. Stands, same venue, same
That's
thing. I've done,
awesome.
like a bunch of venues in New York.
Who's your favorite stand-up comedian
Of all time?
of all time?
Wow. Fuck. Most prolific of all time and who lived the longest, probably Carlin, or most exciting to watch but didn't get to live as long, Richard Pryor. Most should have been the most famous in the world and deserved it because he was one of the most brilliant comedians, taken way before his time, Greg Giraldo. And Oh, an absolute legend who I had tickets. I'd just paid to meet her as well after her show. I was such a fan and I really wanted to watch her. But then she passed away right before the tour. Was Joan Rivers as well.
Rivers.
Oh,
my
Yeah,
God,
these
she's
are-
amazing. I love Joan
Not
Rivers.
just that, she like paved the way for every
Yeah.
woman who's in comedy. Every single one of you like has to be grateful to Joan Rivers. Just like
Yes.
every comedian should be grateful to Lenny Bruce.
Yeah.
For spending every single penny that he earned through his career, very successful career, on fighting the law and fighting the
Yep.
government and
Yep.
fighting the
That's
police
crazy.
because they wanted to arrest him after every show
Because of what
for
he was
talking about
saying.
sexuality and talking
Yeah.
about peace and anti-government stuff. You know, like he was
Yeah.
talking about modern day issues, drugs
Yeah.
and sex and rock and
Yeah.
roll, and they were like,
Oh, how dare you tell the truth?
How dare you?
no, they arrested him at the end of
Yeah.
every show. That's crazy, right?
We were born in the same hospital.
Lenny Bruce and you.
Really?
Wow, very cool.
Wow. So
he was
Jeff,
a Libra, though.
He was a Libra.
He was a Libra. What are you, a Sagittarius?
I'm not. I'm an Aquarius. What does that mean, though? You went. He was a Libra, though. Like
She knows. Look,
Like,
I don't know about horoscopes and stuff. Jaclyn is like an astrologist, a witch.
oh yeah.
She knows everything. She'd be like, "Your moon is this," and I'm like, "I don't even know my moon
Give me a quick
rising.
reading then. I'm Aquarius, February 12th, 1984.
Well, I can't tell your moon and all that shit.
Rubbish.
off the top of my
Listen,
She
if
needs
you're,
your moon and
she
your
just
sun
talks you up.
rising.
She said you're a professional
don't know your
witchy
moon.
But you have to like
horoscope.
go through. You have to like put your number in through, and then it brings it up. It's like I don't.
You type it in something else that does the work.
and then I
And
can
then she
analyze
does the
it.
reading. She just
Yeah.
needs to know your sun, moon rising. What the hell is it?
My sun, moon rising.
What
there you
is
go.
it called? Something like
Listen,
that.
we had an eclipse earlier this week. I don't know if any suns or moons are rising at the same time today. But yeah, cool. Well, I'm glad to know he's a Libra. I'll keep that piece of
an
information
air
in my
sign
top
like you.
pocket. And at some point in a pub quiz in 3 years from now, I'll use it.
There you go. So, Jeff, our next question: what is something that you wanted to do but were too scared to try?
Oh, anal. No, I'm joking. I'd let a woman peg me if I was into it. I said if I was into it. I'm not a fan. But if I were, I'd let
I thought
someone
he
do
was a
that.
Pegasus.
Why not? Behind closed doors, you know. As long as you're not hurting anyone, like crack on. But no. I've forgotten the question.
Oh.
Question, what am I scared to try?
Something that you wanted to do but been too scared to try.
Nothing. I've tried everything I've ever wanted to try, I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do stand up, I jump out of airplanes.
You jump out
I
of
would
airplanes
never
too?
jump out of
You do like
yeah.
stunt work or
I
just
just
for
did a
fun?
16,500 foot one. And I'm
Was
gonna
this for fun or for a project?
for fun. And then I've just signed up to do a course so I can learn how to do it on my own. I want to jump out solo.
Oh, hell no.
Oh no, I could never do that. No, I'm terrified.
Well,
of
no,
heights.
you actually could do it, but you're just terrified to
can't.
do it. Yeah.
No jumping out of planes.
Not
No bungee
interested.
jumping. I won't go skiing. I don't like roller coaster. I won't go on a roller coaster.
Oh, really? I did the second largest bungee in the world, the Glen Nevis in New Zealand.
No way.
135 meters down on a cable car in between two sort of mountain ranges, and you go down into this basically dry bed river. It's like it's got a little trickle going along, and you drop down. It's a 7-second free fall. Yeah, that was
Oh my
more scary than
God.
jumping out of the
I
plane.
have, like,
Infinitely.
Big anxiety when I get into a plane. Like I
Okay.
hate flying.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel good about all these things. I'm a thrill seeker. So I'm not really scared to try anything. And the only thing that I was really scared to do was to really unpack my own failings out in life, my own insecurities and vulnerabilities, and like look at them. I'm getting serious, but like, you know, that was the scariest thing ever. And I've done that now. So now I feel pretty impervious to...
How did you come to that point where you were able to do that?
Well, it
for
was either that
yourself?
or just be so depressed I died.
Oh, man.
And I got sick of being depressed and wanting to die. So I was like, I don't really want to die. I want to live. So maybe I should just start living. And I think to do that, you have to do a bit of soul searching, work on yourself, evolve, become more authentically you,
Yes.
be kind to yourself and others, blah, blah, blah.
Is this something you did and that you explored for material?
For material, for stand-up material.
Yeah.
Within my therapeutic journey.
Like, did you were like, oh, this I should make
There's
fun
loads of
that.
material from my my
Yeah.
therapy and from taking mushrooms a bunch of times and
Oh, mushroom. I've
all
done
of those
shrooms
things, yeah.
twice. One time it was on accident,
okay.
and then one time it was on purpose.
How do you accidentally take mushrooms? Was it in a chocolate bar or something?
It
or
was a brownie.
Okay, yeah.
It
yeah.
was,
Oh,
and I
no.
was go-go dancing at this event,
Right.
and they had this room that there was like food and stuff, like regular food. And then there was a room that had like party lights and music and stuff. And there was desserts. And I was like, oh, the dessert room is popping. They were trippy desserts. That's what the room was supposed to symbolize. But I was working.
They should have had a little sign.
I didn't fucking know.
You just walked in and went, I need to get some fucking sugar in me.
I was like, oh, I
Boom.
just had a salad. I want a little brownie.
And you tripped balls.
I tripped balls.
Did you have a good time though?
I had so much fun. And the crazy thing, I was going to my friend's birthday. So like right up the street from where I was working was downtown Orlando. And I was going to their party. And as I like got in the club.
You did go-go dancing in Florida.
Yeah. I was
Damn, you're a brave
dancer.
woman. Maybe you're braver than me. Maybe that's what I'm scared of.
Maybe.
Go-go dancing in Florida.
Yeah. Florida's crazy. I'm from Orlando. That's where I'm from.
Yeah, yeah.
But as soon as I walked in the club, it started hitting. So I was like, why are the steps like they're going up as I go up?
Well, you were going up to dance.
No, I was just going to a party at this point. This was like after the gig, and then it was my friend's birthday. But as I was entering the club, the shrooms hit me, and I remember touching my hair, and it was like, shh, shh, like I could hear my hair. And I didn't know. I was like, what level of drunk is this? Because I didn't.
Or what bad level of conditioning are you at?
I didn't know. Like I was like, I've never done drugs, so I just thought I was really drunk.
I would be way too scared to take shrooms. I took a weed cookie once, and it was the worst experience I've ever had.
I want you to get fucked up on shrooms so badly.
Experience ever. I like had a meltdown and cried.
I think if you went away, I don't think you should take shrooms, by the way, in a way that I do. I take 5 to 7 grams.
Oh my
I trip.
God.
Yeah, and then I trip internally. Like I start tripping, and then I go and lay down, and I close my eyes, and I leave my body, and I go and explore the cosmos.
Wow.
But
You
first couple of times.
project with shrooms?
Oh, all sorts of shit. Astro project. I've channeled higher power.
way.
It was great. I had a conversation with it. It was very interesting. Yeah, weird, but
crazy.
interesting. But the first time I just cried a lot and forgave myself for not saving my dad and my best friend.
Oh.
That's in my comedy special as well. You can enjoy me
We're gonna
talking
watch
briefly
that comedy
about
special.
my dead best friend and my dad who died 3 weeks later from alcoholism. But yeah, so it's like, I feel like there's... I think someone like you specifically, unless you have a history of psychosis in your immediate family, which I hope you don't, but if you do, something to watch out for. Unless that's the case, mushrooms are perfectly safe for you. Psilocybin is safe for you. You, with your anxieties, actually, if you went away and did it therapeutically with a medical practitioner there with you, or with a shaman, or with like a healer woman, and you took some mushrooms and lay there and they played music, did like some sound stuff, you would find it unbelievably therapeutic. It would probably negate a large portion of the anxiety and unnecessary white knuckling it that I can see you do. Mm-hmm. Like I can feel your energy. It's like that. Yeah.
I try to get her to smoke weed with me when we film.
No, we won't do that though. We won't do that.
No,
It'll just
won't.
momentarily make you feel escapism from it and then send you to a place of more paranoia. Whereas mushrooms will literally go, leave your head, leave your body. That's not who you are. You're not beholden to any of those feelings. And you're just relax. And then you can almost look at yourself from outside of yourself and go, oh, why am I caring so much about this thing? Why is that thing get me so
Yeah, you
wound up?
really learned the art of not giving a fuck when you're on shrooms.
Well, it's disassociative. So your brain is able to take different neurological pathways than the ones it's been getting stuck at. Here's some trauma that stops me getting from A, something triggering me, to B, a healthy reaction to that. Instead, I go, fuck, and I just get all lost on it. And then mushrooms or ketamine infusion therapy lets you go, all right, hey, why don't you take route C, where you don't have to be beholden to those feelings anymore, and you can get to where you want to go. It's a very freeing thing. Yeah.
Sounds amazing. We might have to do shrooms with Jaclyn.
I'm terrified of them.
I'm going to give you a
All right,
shroom
so
smoothie.
it's what a healthier option to stay living in a life of anxiety
I'm
and
gonna give her
terror
a shroom
about
smoothie.
unnecessary things all the time. Now, you can't force that shit on her either. You have to do it because you want to,
No,
and because you're ready for that. And I also suggest that everyone who's trying shrooms does talk therapy beforehand. Super useful.
So what we did when I meant to do them, we planned how the night was going to go.
Okay.
And we were like, we're going to listen to music. We're going to do this.
Was this with your friends?
Me
Or
and
this
my
was the second time you did it?
boyfriend
Okay,
did it
okay.
on purpose together.
Sorry, I thought we stayed at the club, the
Oh
first
no, the club,
experience.
that
Okay.
was it. And then I went home and I threw up black stuff. But I had the best time at the club that
You threw
night.
up the mushrooms, yeah. And
I didn't know. And then when I told my friend, I was like, what happened last night? Like, why did I throw up black stuff? She's like, girl, we did shrooms. I was like, why the fuck didn't you? She knew.
Did you drink alcohol as well with them?
Yes.
Oh, that
I
messed you up.
didn't know. But I had fun. And I didn't feel sick. Even until it was time to throw up, I felt nothing like sick. So, Jeff, Jeff Leach, you have a podcast that you host with an adult star named Cherie DeVille.
That's right, Cherie DeVille, yeah.
Cherie DeVille, excuse me.
That's right, no worries.
Comic Cougar Convo.
That's correct.
What is that about?
Yeah. Cherie DeVille, MILF of the Year multiple times, AVNs and XBiz Awards, Pornhub Awards, and she actually hosted the XBiz Awards 2024.
Wow.
Yeah, she's killing it. She's very, very good. We do this comedy chat podcast together called Comic Cougar Convo. I'm a comic, she's a cougar. We converse. We talk about a subject matter each time, so it'll be one jump-off point, like mortality or drugs or guns or travel or diets or fitness. And we have like a jump-off point. We both dress thematically to the podcast, and then we go through sort of an expansive exploration of what that thing means to us in all its different forms and facets. We have a producer occasionally pull stuff up for us on the screen behind so we can find out information, tidbits and stuff. And then we have questions from our audience as well.
Fun.
And it's an awful lot of fun. We've discovered that we have this wonderful friendship. We've been best friends for, she's one of my best friends here in California for years now.
Okay.
We play Dungeons and Dragons together. She's a nerd as well. And yeah, we've been doing that for years. And we were like, we got to do a podcast. We've got to make some content together.
So how long has the podcast been out?
Oh, only a few months. It's been coming out for a few months now. Maybe we're on episode 12, so 3 months.
Okay.
And killing it. It's getting like some, hundreds of thousands or millions of views on the clips, on the socials. So that's been great. We just need to translate that into, more people subbing up for the full length episodes. But everyone likes short content, don't they?
I know. Yeah.
So, it's been great. It's been really fun. And we've covered some really crazy subject matters. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting to find out what, at least sober from alcohol and hard drugs, recovering addict, comedian, actor, and ex-sports therapist turns literal porn star. And I don't use that term lightly. She is a star of the pornographic industry. What they think about the world and all its different facets. So it's been really interesting, yeah.
Do you think she would come on our show?
Oh, maybe. I'm sure she might. Yeah, maybe.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, sure. We'll have a
Tell
chat
her
with
to
her.
shout out our OnlyFans. So this is our closing segment. It's called Therapish.
Therapish.
And it's where we give advice to our followers based on the questions and things that they send us.
Okay, cool.
You're
welcome.
welcome.
I'm ready.
So this one is very generic. It just says, I want to dress more like Y2K. Any advice? I'm going to say go neon, get velour tracksuits. Them platform heels, or the platform sandals are coming back.
Like wedge sandals?
Yeah, you remember those sandals that the Spice Girls would wear that had the heel?
Glitter belts. Funky belts. I had that glitter belt. Butterfly clips.
What about you, Jeff? Because you were around
fucking
for Y2K.
Kappa tracksuit, matching top and bottom Kappa tracksuit. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really remember what I was wearing early 2000s. Actually, I do know it was mostly like I was part of the indie rock and roll scene.
Okay.
So it was like skinny black jeans and Chelsea boots, stuff like that. That's all going to come back in as well.
Remember Affliction?
Oh my God,
Ed Hardy?
yes. And Ed Hardy, yes.
Oh, no, not Ed Hardy. I'm not talking about that. That's different.
Oh,
but yeah. I don't know what any of that is. Ed Hardy, I do know what Ed Hardy is, and absolutely fucking not. No way.
People loved Ed Hardy, and it was so expensive for no reason.
They loved it, and then it went away after 2 years. It was
did everyone love it, or was it the trashiest people loved it? Because I don't know.
It was
did it ever
trashy
go
rich people that really liked Ed Hardy.
Right?
Sure.
It was nouveau riche
was.
trying to act like they got
Like the
some,
Paris
Trashy rich
Hiltons, the
people.
Tara Reeds.
Yes.
They were
I mean,
always-
Hilton, she's quite wealthy.
Oh, she's definitely wealthy.
Yeah.
But she a little trashy.
She is a little...
She's totally different
She
now
is-
than then. I love her.
You know, she's
I've
an
always liked
incredible
her.
businesswoman.
She's incredible.
She's not like that character in the slightest. She turns it on for the cameras,
totally
and
fake.
she did a brilliant. So she's not really trashy.
Yeah.
She just presents as to because she knows.
I think
it's
a lot
like
of
a
them
character.
act like that. I think Anna Nicole Smith was a lot smarter than what she allowed people to think.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, an awful lot more sick. She had a
Yeah.
lot of mental health issues going on and
Yeah.
stuff. So
I thought she was entertaining though.
absolutely, yeah.
She was tough.
Yeah. But also, I think quite sensitive and weak in a lot of ways. That's why she's passed. I don't think.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Whereas Paris Hilton, she's boss. People go, oh my God, she's so dumb. She's not
No,
dumb. She's
she's not
incredibly
dumb.
bright.
She's
playing a
incredibly
character, and she's
Yep.
like, I'm dumb, but I'm taking all of your millions
Money,
and millions
money,
and millions of
yeah.
dollars.
All of it. Kind of like
Thank
Jessica
you.
Simpson on the Newlyweds. You know, I do think she was ditzy, but I don't think it was to that extent. Like,
No,
there's
she's
no
not even.
way
She's not even
she
ditzy.
really
It's all.
thought.
It's all an act. She's a very bright woman.
It's all an act, yeah.
Yeah. How? Think about it, right? You just got to look at the literal life that the woman has led. Her parents are multi-billionaires, right? And if you're a multi-billionaire, you don't send your child to
some
a shit school
Yeah,
where they don't
that's
learn.
true.
She's educated.
Yeah.
She's well-read.
Yeah.
She's intelligent. She knows. She's got business savvy. Her dad is one of
Yeah.
the biggest business hoteliers in the world ever. Like, I mean, that empire. Like, you don't do those things because you're dumb. Do you know what I mean? She's really bright. She just went, I want media money. I don't want to run a hospitality
Yeah,
group.
she
I
wanted
want
easy money.
I want to do. Well, no, I want to do entertainment. That's what I want to be because I'm hot and I want to live that life. So I'm going to play
That's hot.
dum-dum. You know, but she's fucking very bright.
We love you, Paris. Well, you guys, this has been episode 11 of We Don't Give a F podcast.
I'm so glad we finished it on, a little bit of Paris Hilton praise. 'Cause
Right?
that's really on brand for me, guys, as well.
So, Jeff, do you want to do any plugs before we get out of here?
Absolutely. Yes,
Promote.
please. I
This is
appreciate
all
you.
you now.
On May 9th, come and check me out. I do a show called Jeff Leach and Friends right here in Los Angeles, actually in Pasadena, at the oldest comedy venue in SoCal, all newly refurbished, called the Ice House.
Oh, we love it.
Oh, yeah, it's
love
great.
the
Johnny
Ice
Buss,
House.
the LA Lakers Buss family, he owns that joint. He's a lovely chap. He's running for president as an independent. Let's go, Johnny
What?
Buss.
No
Let's
way.
Go, yeah, let's go, Johnny Buss. I think we should have more independents.
Yeah, I agree,
That'd be
too.
better than just
But
Trump
he's-
or Biden, neither of which is a
God,
good
right.
choice.
I'm
All
going for
right.
Johnny then.
Me too.
There you go. Me three. And so come and check that out. May 9th, Jeff Leach and Friends. I always have incredible lineups. I had Aida Rodriguez. I had Jamie Kennedy. I had Adam Carolla. I've had some incredible
Wow.
acts coming through. Also, please check out my comedy special. It won't cost you a dime. I refuse money from a major streamer, which, upon reflection, was a terrible idea. I should have taken their money. But I refused it because we were striking and I didn't want to give them my work. So it's free. It's on YouTube. It's for free. It's had about 300,000 views. Go add one more to it.
Yes.
It's called Jeff Leach Presents a Comedy Spectacular. But if you just search my name, it will come up in the search bar. And then also check out my comedy podcast. It's once a week. Normally comes out on a Thursday or a Friday on YouTube, and then a day earlier on our Patreon. It's called Comic Cougar Convo Podcast. Go check out the clips. Go check out the socials. At Jeff Leach on everything. Thanks.
All right, Jeff Leach, everybody. Well, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our OnlyFans. Get you some merch.
What's that link? What's that OnlyFans link to subscribe? What is it?
we don't say it because YouTube.
Oh, you get in trouble for saying it.
I think
Yeah.
on YouTube,
But
it
imagine I
kind of
was-
flags it a little
imagine
bit.
I
But
just-
we put it in the description. You
Well,
know?
imagine I just said that platform that we can't discuss with the
Well, we
spicy
can.
content, and then I put like the .com at the end of it. What would be after the /?
The new queen of comedy and snarky brunette.
There we go. That's how you do it. That's
The
how
new
you get
queen of
around
comedy and
Snarky brunette.
fans. So, thank you guys so much. Make sure to follow Leach, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye.